guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a blessed and prosperous day or night, wherever it is that you're at, and I hope y'all are just cooling. If you are a fellow book lover such as myself, hit that subscribe button and let's get to talking about today's book. So today's book I want to talk about, it's a really important topic to me because of how today's society is. I mean, society has been effed up since before time, but it's this book called The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. I really like this book. I've read it about 5 years ago. Well, I didn't read it, I listened to it via audiobook. I love this book because it really breaks down what really goes on in today's world. It talks about gang violence, you know, how the justice system is literally crooked, like just all around crooked, and just pretty much how, you know, it's an unfair world out here. The main character, her name is Starr. She pretty much lives in two different worlds, if you get what I'm saying. She lives in a low-class neighborhood with her family, and she goes to a private school, which is a predominantly white school. Mind you, Starr is of color, a person of color, but so she struggles between those two worlds. And one night she goes to a party with her friends, and she ends up running into her childhood friend. His name is Khalil. You know, they catch up and whatnot, and they end up leaving the party together. Now, I really have to, just like any other book that I have read in the past, like I have to go back and probably listen to this book again, because I'm not quite sure if the party got stopped. Somebody called the cops and the cops came and stopped the party. I don't remember. Now, also, there was a movie that came out that was based on this book with the same name. It's a really good movie. I've seen it, and I really highly recommend you see the movie and also read the book. But anyway, so they leave the party, Starr and Khalil, they leave the party one night, that night, and you know, Khalil, you know, he was driving her home. You know, they just get to talking again, how things were when they were kids and how they grew up, and then all of a sudden they get pulled over by the police. So Starr and Khalil get pulled over by the police, and they tell Khalil to get out the car and whatnot, and you know, they search him for drugs, they search him for a gun. I think he did have a gun hidden somewhere, either in his car or somewhere. Damn it. You know, I have to go. Okay. Like I said, I really have to go back and read this book. But, you know, Starr, of course, was very panicky. She was freaking out. Now, Starr did learn some things from her parents when she's in this type of situation. Her father taught her, like, hey, anytime you get pulled over by the police, keep your hands where they can see them, because police don't have no problems whipping out their pew pew and pew pewing you in the head. You know what I mean? So literally, like, I remember she had her hands on the dashboard the entire time, like freaking out, like, oh my God, you know, are they going to unalive me? Are they going to unalive Khalil? Are they going to take me to jail? Like, what the F, you know what I mean? So Khalil ends up, because I remember Khalil was a couple feet away from his car as the police was talking to him. Of course, they were being their freaking prick ass selves, right? When they were talking to him, it's like, hey, are you a drug dealer? Do you have any weapons that we know about? Are you on something? You know, whatever, right? You know, and Khalil was trying to let them know, like, hey, there's nothing going on. Like, you know, I'm just taking my friend home, and that's it, that's all. But police wasn't trying to hear that, because for the simple fact, Khalil and Starr were people of color. And, you know, police, you know, I'm not gonna say every cop is like this, because, you know, not every cop is like this, but, You know, even the good cops that are out there, they really, they really don't have the gall to put their foot down and, get these bad cops out of the police force, because, they feel like, they don't want to step on no toes or nothing like that, but that's besides the point. So, Khalil went back to his car to check on Starr to make sure she's okay. He went to reach something in his car or in his pocket. I think it was he went to reach something from his car, and the police thought that he was searching or going in for his pew pew, but and then they all of a sudden they pew pew Khalil, and boom, he dies. The whole time Khalil had like his brush that he was trying to reach in and brush his hair or whatever. So the police officer who unalived Khalil was temporary leave until the situation died down. Of course, Starr's family wanted to protect her, as far as this goes, because, they didn't want anything, crazy to happen to her while she's out. Mind you, her father owns a grocery store in town where they live at, and her father ended up doing some time in prison for a crime he admitted to back when he was in his youth. There was actually a prequel to this book called Concrete Rose. I didn't read the whole book, but I think I should probably go back and read that book. I didn't read the whole book. I stopped for some weird reason, but it talks about Starr's father. His name is Maverick, and Maverick was in a gang doing stupid stuff back in the day, and but of course, once he got out, he turned his life around and ended up having his own business, owning a grocery store, which, by the way, got vandalized by the local gang called the King Lords, which supposedly Khalil was a part of that gang. And Starr agreed to testify against the cop who unalived Khalil, which led to the King Lords sending death threats to Starr and her family, and which led to Starr and her family to move in with her uncle Carlos, who is her mom's brother, and also her uncle was also helping raise her during the time her father Maverick was in prison. So she became real close with him, and he was that temporary father figure that she had during that time when her dad was incarcerated. So anyway, Starr even agrees to a televised interview. Of course, she was going to have her face covered, and they wanted to disguise her voice a bit, and they were going to ask her like what happened, what transpired, what went down that night. So after the jury and everything like that did not indict the officer who unalived Khalil, there was a big riot, there was a big uproar, from peaceful protests to people effing stuff up. All right, they even destroyed Maverick, Starr's father's grocery store. And the leader of the King Lords, who's, by the way, his name is King, it was a weird, complicated relationship, because Maverick also has a child from his previous relationship, who is Starr's half brother. His name is Seven, and the gang member, the lead gang member King, was living with Seven's mother, and that was just a weird situation. Okay, that was just weird. But also during that time it also caused an uproar with Starr's friends at school. Of course, her boyfriend and one of her friends was there to support her, but the one friend, her name was Haley. Yeah, that was her name, Haley. She was saying some racial things, which led me to believe that Haley really didn't like Starr like that. for her to say the things that she said. I think she basically just tolerated Starr because of Maya, which is Starr's other friend, and Chris, who is Starr's boyfriend. She just tolerated her, but just to keep peace. But like, her true colors really showed, and Starr had to meek her shit, you know what I mean? So Starr had to put her in her place and let her know, like, hey, you know, I may go to a white school, but bitch, I'm from the hood, and I'll lay you behind now fucking with me, all right? So anyway, Starr manages to calm the whole riot down, try to bring peace and whatnot, and pretty much was telling everybody the same thing that she told when she was on the witness stand, like, hey, Khalil would not want us to be out here acting foolish, messing stuff up and things in that nature, because, you know, that was not the person Khalil is. Khalil is not the person that the world is painting him out to be. Yeah, Khalil might have done some dumb stuff or whatever, or he just had to do what he had to do to take care of his grandmother. You know, he had to do what he had to do. I think he ended up dropping out of school too, you know, to sell drugs full time to take care of his grandmother. So yeah, he is, you know, we should just really I know that the justice system's really effed up. You know, that cop is literally walking free now because they said that, you know, his thing, him unaliving Khalil was justified because he was scared when Khalil pulled out what was his brush, not some freaking gun. You know, the cop felt justified that he was, you know, but he was just trying to protect himself or whatever, and he got to go home to his wife and his children. But hey, Khalil can't even go home to his grandmother and take care of her, and now his grandmother's sitting there suffering, and you know, she's sitting there, you know, SOL, you know. And it was to the point to where, like, you know, Starr had to pretty much do what she had to do. I mean, it sucks that she had to be in this role as a child. I think she was about 16, 17 years old, that she had to come across and, you know, and make these decisions in order to keep peace within her life and her family and just in the world, period. You know, and she never thought, as much as her father has taught her over the years as far as when it comes to police, you know, Starr, this was really unexpected for her, but she was still prepared. So that really just, that says a lot. That Starr was not, you know, she wasn't naive to the game of life as far as, you know, dealing with the police, but, you know, she really never would have thought that she would end up in this type of situation like she was. So after all that happened, they managed to do something in honor of Khalil and pretty much see him for the person that he was, not for how the world painted him out to be. Only Starr and people that was close to Khalil knew what kind of person he was, and that was all that mattered. You know, because one thing I've learned in life, people are going to talk about you even when you're dead and gone. They're going to have something to say to you. Even my father, my late father, has told me numerous times, you know, you do good, people are going to talk. You do bad, people are going to talk. So no matter what you do in life, people are going to talk about you, period, point blank. So yeah, that was my review on the book. I probably will have to go back and read it again and see if I can find the movie too, because I did see the movie one time, and I got my husband to watch it with me. He probably don't remember, but I would probably have to we probably have to go back and watch the movie again, and I'll probably have to go listen to the book again. Once again, the book alone was a lot better than the movie. I love the movie, don't get me wrong, but as we all know, that books that turn into movies, they're a lot better because they go in depth and they go in detail, and it tells a lot more than what the movie would tell. But let me know in the comments if you guys read this book, have you seen the movie, all that jazz. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, and if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button along with that notification button so you guys can be on the up and up on my next video. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.